Well, after Maggi, Haldiram is now under the scanner in India. Maharashtra government has ordered its health regulator to check samples of Haldiram's packaged snacks. The decision was taken after reports emerged that pesticides and bacteria were found in Haldiram products sold in the United States of America. The Maharashtra government has asked FDA to send the product immediately for testing. Minister of State Vidya Thakur has written to the FDA directing it to collect packaged food samples of Haldiram from all over the state. Haldiram, in response to these allegations, has said they don't export any products to the United States and continues abroad test their products before it reaches the market. Haldiram has claimed this to be an attempt to malign their brand.
The techie snacks of Haldiram company is very much liked by Mumbaikars and people in Maharashtra. Now, Maharashtra FDA has raised a question mark after seizing some samples of Haldirams for testing. It is said that the Haldiram snacks have been banned in US, and that's why the Maharashtra FDA has taken some samples for testing. A result has been expected in a week. We are currently with a shopkeeper who sells Haldiram snacks. Sir, आप बताइए, आपको इस बारे में कुछ मालूमात है कि अभी तक ये बैन के बारे में?
कोई मालूमात नहीं है हमको।
तो किस तरीके का आप वार्निंग या सतर्कता बरत रहे हैं?
कंपनी की तरफ से कुछ मालूमात मिलेगी तो सोचेंगे, अभी तक तो कुछ मालूमात नहीं।
So it's just today that the FDA has seized the samples and people are actually not aware about it. They are going out with their business as usual, and there are Haldiram products available. And we also have one person who is the consumer of such Haldiram snacks. Sir, आपको इस बारे में कुछ मालूमात है अभी तक?
नहीं सर, कुछ मालूमात नहीं है अब तक, लेकिन अगर आगे कुछ ऐसी बात है तो हम अलर्ट रहेंगे। देखते हैं अभी आगे क्या होता है वो सब बात।
So people till now don't know about it, but FDA has seized the products and it has raised a question mark on the hygiene and health issue of this product. It will be only decided in a week whether Haldiram products are safe to consume or not. Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai for India Today.
Well, for more on this, now I'm being joined by Dr. Manjri Chandra. She's a nutritionist and she's in the studio with us in Noida. Also joining me is my colleague Mustafa Sheikh, who is in Mumbai and was reporting on this story. Let me first come to you, ma'am. Suddenly we have seen there is a lot of focus as far as the snacks, various brands. After Maggi, other packaged noodles, now Haldiram is in trouble. What sort of problems do these, are the food regulators looking at specifically with Haldiram?
Yeah, I think what has happened is, especially in the wake of the Nestle controversy, is that suddenly there has been that interest to check a lot of foods. One, consumers are now on the receiving end. They want clarity of what they're consuming, so that puts a pressure on the regulators also to ensure that whatever is going through FDA and FSSAI follows the stringent norms of food.
Yes.
And that is why I think they've sprung into action and they're trying to get into the major brands and see if there is a major discrepancy in terms of regulation. And if there's anything wrong with the contents, specifically things which can cause damage. We obviously know that Haldiram is not a good food. It's high in salt and fat. It's a processed form of food. But the other alarming thing is that it can be high in chemicals which can cause major health hazards. And that is why the reactions there.
Okay. Mustafa, you have been tracking this story. Haldiram has come out and they have refuted these charges. They are saying that it is an attempt to malign the image and the brand equity that Haldiram has. What is the food regulator saying? Have they banned it off the shelf in Maharashtra, or they are waiting for the test results?
See, as of now, they have taken few samples from various areas of Mumbai and Maharashtra and sent it for testing. There has been no prima facie result suggesting any kind of hygiene issue or health issue related to Haldiram products. So that's why for now there have been no orders to remove it from the shelves or ban the Haldiram products. For now they have just been sent for their test, and the samples will be out. The result of the samples will be out in 6 or 7 days, in a week's time, and we'll know what is the issue, whether there is a real concern behind Haldiram's production and manufacturing unit, and is there a health concern related to it.
Okay, Mustafa, stay on with me. Ma'am, when Maggi controversy took place, a lot of people were saying that, look at that, it's a Western food, Indian snacks are relatively safe. With Haldiram, which is a popular brand, they have restaurants all over the country. How do you see this impacting the consumer on the whole? Because we saw a large number of people, children and adults, coming out against Maggi. Do you see the same sort of a reaction as far as Haldiram is concerned?
Yeah. For Haldiram, it's definitely not a good thing. But I think it's only not a good thing for Haldiram. For everybody else, it's a welcome move, Because to the consumer, it's a good thing. He can, sort of question regulation now. He can be more sure of what he's eating. That sense of what pesticides, what chemicals am I consuming on a daily basis,
yes,
that you put yourself to rest to a certain extent. It's extremely good for regulation in this country, which has been missing in a big way, So things have been just sold on shelves without including medication, food and medication. So it's a very good move, and it'll, I think, ensure not only for Haldiram but for many more major brands later.
If you could also tell us the kind of harmful chemicals that we are talking about in such snack brands, because most people perceive it being an Indian snack is relatively safe.
See, what happens is, one is intrinsically this is not good food, So if I have to eat snack for an evening, it's better to eat, something which is puffed rice or homemade boiled grams or homemade snack or poha, as against something which is Haldiram or any other packet snack, because it has very high content of salt and oil, which is not permissible, So if you see the amount of soil that a person should consume is just around 4 grams to 5 grams in a day. Okay. And one serving of a bowl of Haldiram snack can do that for you.
Okay.
So that is one thing.
Mustafa, also quickly tell us what is the mood on ground? How are people perceiving this latest action from the Maharashtra government?
See, mainly the customers and the shopkeepers have panicked after this news of sample being Haldiram sample taken by the FDA. There are shopkeepers who are worried to get rid of the stocks in their shops. There are consumers who are losing confidence on the packaged food. Like I have one customer, I have coincidentally found him in the shop. Sir, what do you think about this, the whole issue of FDA taking up samples of Haldiram? What is the thing with the packaged food?
The thing is that we working class people are much more dependent on packaged food actually, and now after the Maggi issue and now hearing about this Haldiram thing, it is very scary to eat packaged food anymore. Like now onwards we'll think of more of eating home products and all. Home food is the best food, what we think now.
So slowly people are getting aware about these things, and their main thing is about there are many doubts being raised on the packaged food as overall, and as the ma'am currently said very well, that the regulation is missing. Somewhere the foods have been here in the markets for years, and now the regulator is coming into action and demanding and taking food for samples. Why there was no pre-regulation before the food came into the market?
Okay. Ma'am, before we let you go, very quickly, if you could tell us what are the options for people, those who are now worried, because a lot of people used to go out for Haldiram to their outlets and all. What can people do as an alternate in their own houses that are safe for them and their children?
That's what we keep telling our patients every day, day in and day out, that you don't need to buy anything off the shelf. Any convenience food is not good. Let's stick to our natural food, Indian food, which is homemade snacks. It could be poha, upma, it could be just a fruit, it could be some roasted grams, it could be nuts. There are so many healthy options that you could choose from, instead of just opening a packet and eating something which you don't know what it is, how much of salt it contains, how much of chemicals it contains, which is very scary. Chemicals come in the form of things which are really hidden, emulsifiers, taste enhancers, pesticides, flavoring agents. You really don't know what they are. They're just chemicals, and there are hordes of them, and I don't think we should be eating them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manju Chandra, for bringing us, in fact, talking us through about the healthy options that our viewers can exercise in this, making controversy around Haldiram and other food brands fast.